How those who are hard of hearing and sight impaired manage during the pandemic. This is the InsideEdition.com coronavirus news for May 7th, 2020. David Cowan is the ASL interpreter for the state of Georgia, and he's attracted a legion of fans from around the world. His full white beard reminds some people of Santa Claus, and his stylish dark clothes stand out. According to Cowan, it's easier to see his interpreting against a dark background. Fame aside, there are thousands of people who rely on him for critical information.
As an interpreter, I'm really not used to being the one that people are watching because we're very much in the background.
Lauren Havard is an interpreter for the city of Springfield in Missouri. She says more people are noticing her work.
I never want it to be about me, so I'm always like, yep, thank you, and I try to move on and just continue the appointment or whatever the job that I'm in, because I never want it to become more about me than the person that I'm working with.
She says the coronavirus has created a new set of challenges for interpreters.
In the beginning of these press conferences was these vocabulary terms related to coronavirus were still getting established, and I had to kind of see what was being accepted by the deaf community.
And she's mindful of the impact of her work.
Interpreting an accurate message is important all the time, but it feels a little bit more high stakes when you have however many thousands of people tuning in.
According to the World Health Organization, 5% of the world's population, that's nearly 500 million people, have disabling hearing loss. In Belgium, volunteers sew face masks with see-through mouths. The masks help those with hearing loss to communicate and to understand what others are saying.
And our children need to communicate with the whole entity, whole your face, the things you say, not also with the hands, but with the face, the emotions behind the communication. So when we were trying to wear these ones, we made these, they could look at everything we were telling, even our emotions, the way we move our lips, the way we move our whole face, and they needed to understand the way we communicate with them. They need to see the whole picture, not just moving from the hands and the sign language.
Those who are sight impaired face a different set of challenges during the pandemic. Touch, so important to those who are visually impaired, is now limited in this era of social distancing.
Blind people are very tactile, and if they don't have a cane or they don't have a dog, they have to hold on to a sighted human. And then they're breaking the 6-foot rule.
Erica Thomas in Florida has had to make several adjustments. For one, she could no longer go to the grocery store.
At this time with this quarantine, I text my daughter my grocery list and she picks it up.
Thomas also uses resources such as counseling provided by groups like Lighthouse for the Blind to navigate the world.
Once you become visually impaired, it's a whole different mindset. And with that mindset, you have to find a way to overcome those barriers and not allow those barriers to overcome you.
Our total hospitalization rate is down again.
New York Governor Andrew Cuomo has received high marks for his frank daily briefing. But not everybody is giving Cuomo an A. A group called Disability Rights New York and 4 deaf residents recently sued Cuomo for not including an ASL interpreter during his live briefings. They say New York is the only state that has never provided televised in-frame ASL interpretation of its COVID-19 briefings. The governor's office said that closed captioning is provided, but the suit replied that the closed captioning often contains errors and is not available live. New York State is the epicenter of the coronavirus in the U.S., with more than 20,000 COVID-19 deaths. There are nearly 3.8 million confirmed cases of COVID and more than 260,000 deaths worldwide. Now, Inside Edition's Jim Murray has the story of a UPS man bringing light to his community.
Call him the most upbeat UPS driver in America.
These customers of mine give me a sense of pride and accomplishment.
For 20 years, Jeremy Squires has been delivering packages in Pittsfield, Massachusetts, but never like this.
Our residential deliveries have completely blown up.
Now, in these scary times, Jeremy is on a mission to deliver positivity, profiling many of his customers on Facebook. Everyone should know Albert Hopper. Albert is a young age of 97. Al was the recipient of a Purple Heart. He is an American hero. There's also Amelia. She reached out to me and asked if I could please stop by on my way home from work. We communicate through this little window.
When I come up to the door, I'm bringing a little bit of normalcy into some people's lives.
And here's a shout out to a neighborhood restaurant. Sabrina is still in the kitchen cooking for everybody during this pandemic. Restaurant owner Sabrina Tan calls Jeremy a burst of sunshine in these bleak times.
He comes in very cheerful.
By me going out there with a positive attitude has a direct effect on everyone around me.
For more on the coronavirus pandemic, visit InsideEdition.com.